What's going on, everybody? It's your boys Brandon and Pierce, and today we've uncovered a spicy stock in the renewable energy sector that could truly benefit from Joe Biden's clean energy aspiration. The stock on the table today is Ocean Power Technologies, also known as OPTT. Ocean Power Technologies is in a rapid 24% year-over-year growth in the wave and tidal energy market. Our video will be broken down into 6 sections: the brief overview, technology offered by OPTT, their juicy financials, one potential catalyst, potential risk, and our final thoughts. So what's Ocean Power Technology, also known as OPTT? With only a sub 100 million market cap, OPTT has quite an impressive arsenal of technology. The 4 areas that OPTT provide for are offshore oil and gas, science and research, communications, and defense. Ocean Power Technologies describes themselves as an innovator of distributed offshore power solutions which provide persistent, reliable, and economical power and communications for remote surface and subsea applications.
So Ocean Power's technology is really split into 4 separate businesses. And these businesses are their PB3 power buoy, their hybrid power buoy, their surface surveillance solution, and then their solution engineering and support services. To first look at the PB3 power buoy, this is the patented technology that is used to store power or energy from the waves. So how it works. The conversion of wave energy into electric power is carried out through a direct drive generator that continuously charges on an onboard battery pack. Power from the battery is delivered to meet application and end user needs. This is a particular advantage for applications that have varying power requirements, including continuous and larger occasional peaks, as the wave energy is able to store and able to manage its power very effectively. Now to their hybrid power buoy. So this is very similar to the PB3 power buoy, and this creates and stores power through solar as well as waves. So it is used for surface surveillance, subsea monitoring, subsea power and charging, and then also offshore connectivity and emergency power services for the oil and gas industry, the science and research industry, and the communications industry. So another one of their technologies is the surface surveillance solution, and this was actually recently announced in a PR on July 8th, 2020, which really shows how they're continuously revolutionizing the ocean power industry and surface surveillance industry and more, and kind of continuously thinking of new ideas, which is always good to see out of a young company like OPT. Ocean Power's surface surveillance solution consists of a high-definition radar, gyro-stabilized high-definition optical and thermal imaging cameras, vessel automatic identification system, which is also known as AIS, detection, and integration command and control software. Paired with their OPT's autonomous PB3 power buoy or hybrid power buoy as a power communications platform. So this really shows how their technology is able to work with each other, and this is really important to see, as every company, whether it be Tesla, Apple, or Amazon, any company needs to have kind of this ecosystem of products that to constantly increase their revenue. So their capabilities include 24/7 vessel tracking, including black ships which do not broadcast an AIS system, automatic radar plotting and vessel warnings, and then high definition optical and thermal video surveillance, which can be used as evidence to prosecute or aid prosecution. So in total, this technology is really used to stop illegal fishing and prevent it from happening, and in aid prosecution in those charged with illegal fishing. So now into the 4th part of their business, their solution engineering and support services. So from OPT's strategic acquisition of 3Dent Technologies for $800,000, they now have the engineers and naval architects that are uniquely suited for high-level offshore engineering, providing consulting engineering and design services for drilling contractors, defense contractors, construction yards, engineering firms, and oil and gas, offshore winds, wave energy, and marine construction and service companies. So as you can see, that's a lot of industries that they are now in because of their acquisition of 3Dent Technologies. Now to OPT's contracts they received from their technology. So the first contract we're going to look at is going to be their contract with Mitsui. In 2012, they received a $900,000 contract from Mitsui for their PB3 power buoy, and then later in 2016, they would go on to lease a PB3 power buoy for approximately $975,000 a year at that time. So this contract was really the first testament to OPT's technology and showing that it really does work. The contract we're going to look at is their contract with AnySpa. And AnySpa is a company worth $42 billion. And in 2018, AnySpa entered an agreement with OPTT for a lease of a power buoy. And then after over a year of success, AnySpa later announced in March 3rd, 2020, that they have entered another 18-month agreement with Ocean Power Technologies to test the power buoy at a decommissioned offshore gas exploration rig to provide communications and power. This could serve as another potential catalyst, as success of this project could lead to a lot of future potential contracts. And as one oil and gas giant does, the others will eventually follow. So this could also mean, as their technology is proven, that they begin to see other contracts from other large oil and gas companies. So finally, and most importantly, is their contract with the US Navy. The US Navy entered a contract with Ocean Power Technologies for a $225,000 price, and this was in February of 2019. Since then, they were awarded a $2.4 million contract in October 2020. And as Biden continues to electrify, this company is likely to receive more contracts from the US Navy, as their power is much more renewable and better source than the other competitors for relying on foreign oil. So this is really showing that they also have a government connection, which is really important to have under a new administration that is looking to give a lot of contracts.
And now go into the financials. OPTT's revenue for the first quarter of fiscal year 2021 was $300,000 compared to $700,000 for the same period in the prior year. And the net loss for the first quarter of fiscal 2021 increased by $300,000 as compared to the third quarter of fiscal 2020. Revenue for the 9 months leading up to the fiscal year 2021 was $600,000 compared to $1.1 million for the same period. And the net loss for the 9 months prior to January 31st increased by $500,000 as compared to the same period in the prior year. And just for reference, here's a breakdown of their 2020 and 2019 financial report showcasing their annual revenue and net loss. The decrease in the revenue and the increase in the net loss for the third quarter and the 9 months prior to January 31st were attributable to the pandemic-related delays that affected the company's revenue-generating projects. While their earnings were subpar, what stood out among their Q1 financial report was their cash on hand position. They announced in their earnings report that they have over $80 million cash on hand, and that's quite impressive for a company with a market capitalization of roughly $100 million. This would indicate that they have enough liquidity to sustain any downturns they may experience in the future. It's important for an extremely small business like OPTT to have an ample amount of cash, as it gives investors more confidence when investing in a company because they don't have to rely on dilution to stay alive. This takes us to our one potential catalyst. One catalyst that can bolster OPTT to new highs is if Joe Biden mentions the possibility of using the ocean as a renewable energy source. If Joe Biden seeks out to incorporate other methods of renewable energy, ocean power will definitely be leading the next frontier of energy. Since there are few competitors in this industry, OPTT can take advantage of this and become the prime candidate to lead the efforts of converting ocean wave energy into electricity. In addition, Joe Biden has pleaded to support American-founded companies, and with OPTT based in New Jersey, they are truly at the forefront of receiving more government contracts. Although it is a big if, it's not far-fetched, with Biden looking for new resources that can provide renewable energy. And this takes us to our potential risk. With only $100 million market capitalization and it trading under $5, OPTT is considered a penny stock. Penny stocks are usually characterized as high risk and high reward, and that could be the case for OPTT. Although OPTT has an impressive $80 million cash on hand, which is extremely rare for a penny stock, at the end of the day, you're investing in a company with a small market capitalization that could go under extremely quickly. This takes us to our last section, our final thoughts. As Joe Biden enters office, he vows to transition our country's fossil fuel usage to renewable energy.
Ocean Power Technology provides a unique solution that converts ocean wave energy into electricity. This solution is becoming more feasible as shown through a recent Bloomberg video, which will be in the description below. Although this company was founded in 1984, it has had many tailwinds that can ramp up the potential growth of the company. In OPTT's history, it has been able to acquire contracts from the US Navy, Eni, Mitsui, and more. Since OPTT's technology heavily relies on these contracts to gain revenue, it is important that they continue to expand these contracts as well as receive more contracts to continue to grow their revenue. The more and more contracts that Ocean Power Technologies can secure, it can continue to really grow at 100% year-over-year basis. At this rate, Ocean Power Technologies will be able to ramp up its annual revenue, leading to exponential growth. And make sure to check out our Discord, Twitter, and StockTwist that are all linked in the description below. Make sure to like and finally hit that juicy red tomato subscribe button and turn on post notifications to make sure to get notified whenever we release a new video.
And make sure to check out our Instagram page right over here where we post daily stock market picks and updates.
Thank you guys for watching, and we wish you good luck on your trading journey.
Thank you.